Ethan, the weight of a choice made 6 years ago. 6 years. It's strange how time slips through your fingers, silent, steady, and impossible to catch. 6 years since I signed those papers. 6 years since I stepped into a future I didn't fully understand. 6 years since I made a decision that everyone praised as responsible. Even though it never felt like a choice at all. I was 24 then. Too young to be making lifelong decisions, too old to claim innocence. But that's what my grandfathers will demanded. Adulthood without hesitation. To inherit the Carter legacy, you must have a child. That line changed everything. Not love. Not marriage. Not a partner, just a child, a legal heir to continue a century. Old legacy. A legacy I never asked for. A throne I never sat on willingly. Surrogacy had been the cleanest solution. A business transaction. Contracts instead of commitments. Signatures instead of emotions. Back then, I thought I was escaping the emotional weight of parenthood. Back then, I was an idiot, because the results of that decision now wake me up every single morning. 2 tiny hurricanes, 2 stubborn, loud, fiercely independent little humans. My twins. Oliver and Mia. 6 years old. Curly hair, unfiltered opinions, laughter that fills the entire house. And trouble, constant, glorious trouble. My alarm clock isn't a device. It's Oliver jumping on my bed shouting that the sun is awake, followed by Mia, insisting that she's not going to school unless we have pancakes. I used to command boardrooms. Now I negotiate with 2 dictators under 3 feet tall. This morning was no different. Before I even reached the kitchen, the war had begun. Daddy. Mia ate my cereal. No. He lied. He ate it first. I stopped in the doorway, stared at the chaos, cereal on the floor. 2 mismatched bowls, a spoon on the fridge for reasons no sane mind could explain, and muttered. This isn't breakfast, this is a battlefield. They looked at me with identical innocent faces. Twins, equally adorable, equally dangerous. Parenthood was never part of the plan. But life doesn't care about plans. It gives you what you need, not what you expected. And after the chaos of breakfast, came the chaos of school. Mia refuses to tie her shoelaces. Oliver refuses to wear any shirt that isn't superhero-themed. Both refuse to sit in their seats quietly. By the time I drop them off, I've already lived an entire lifetime before 9 a.m. When the school gates close, silence settles into the car. Heavy familiar. For a moment, I let myself breathe. Then I step into my world, the Carter Group. A skyscraper with my name etched in glass. Boardrooms filled with men twice my age. A legacy built long before I was born. At 30, I am no longer the boy who inherited responsibility. I am the man who expanded it. My office overlooks the city. Endless windows, endless ambitions. People see success here. Power. Wealth. Control. But I see something else. I see the life that was chosen for me. The path paved by others. The destiny I never dared question. I sit at my desk, and for the first time in a long time, something feels missing. Not in my company. Not in my achievements. But in me. I fulfilled my grandfather's will. I created the next generation of the Carter line. I lived up to expectations, built an empire, became the man everyone needed me to be. But I never asked what I needed. What I wanted. Who Ethan Carter really was underneath the suits, the legacy, and the role of dad. The question hangs in the air, heavy, persistent, impossible to ignore. What do I want? What do I choose for myself, if no one else chooses it for me? I lean back in my chair, the city lights reflecting in the glass. I don't know it yet, not fully. But life is shifting. A storm is coming. A truth is about to rise from a past I thought was forever buried. A past tied to a single signature. A woman I never met. A decision we both made for survival. Not destiny. And everything I thought was settled is about to change.
Hi. I am Lily. And this is the part of my story that began long after the world thought my chapter had ended. 6 years. It feels strange to say it out loud, to realize how much time has passed since the day I chose freedom over fear. Escape over obedience, myself over the life my father built for me. At 22, I did something unthinkable. Not romantic. Not brave. Not noble. Just necessary. My marriage was arranged. My future already sketched in someone else's handwriting. My breaths borrowed. My choices stolen. And the walls of that perfect home felt too tight. Too cold, too suffocating for anyone who wanted to live instead of perform. So I made a decision, quiet, desperate, and hidden between the pages of legal files. I agreed to be a surrogate. Not for love. Not for motherhood. Not for some beautiful dream of helping a family. I did it to save myself. A man I never met. A contract with no faces, no voices, no promises. Just signatures. Just ink. Just an escape. I walked away afterward with my body aching. My heart strangely still, and my freedom, trembling but real, in my hands. And now? Now I stand 6 years later, living a life that sometimes feels like a miracle I forged with my own trembling fingers. I am 28. The founder and owner of Lily Designs. A firm that grew from a borrowed desk, a second-hand laptop, and a dream I wasn't sure I was allowed to have. But I fought for it. Every color palette. Every blueprint. Every sleepless night. Every client who believed in me when I barely believed in myself. Today, my office is filled with the scent of fresh paper, new fabric samples, and the kind of hope I used to think only belonged in movies. My phone buzzes constantly, clients requesting consultations, vendors sending updates, new orders coming in faster than I can sketch. People see my business and call it success. But I know better. This isn't just success. This is survival turned into art. I built this life brick by brick, deadline by deadline. Dream by dream, each one a rebellion against the life I escaped. And yet sometimes in those rare quiet seconds between meetings, when the room goes still and the sunlight hits my desk just right, I feel something settle over me. A memory, a whisper, a softness. The children, not my children. Not in the way the world defines it, but the ones I carried, the ones whose tiny heartbeats once echoed in my body. The ones I walked away from because that was what the contract required. I don't regret my decision. I don't mourn it. I don't wish to rewrite it. But I would be lying if I said I never wonder. Are they happy? Are they loved? Do they laugh loudly? Are they stubborn? Do they know how fiercely they were protected? Even before they were born? And then here is the man, the intended father. Sometimes I catch myself wondering about him too. Who was he? Did he ever think of the girl who carried his future? Did he sign those papers with fear or confidence? Does he ever think of me the way I sometimes think of him? A fleeting curiosity from a chapter we both closed? I push those thoughts away. I bury them beneath design portfolios and client proposals and the never-ending rhythm of creation. Because my life now, it's loud with purpose, bright with accomplishment. And mine, undeniably, beautifully mine. Awards line my shelves. My company name sparkles across magazines and social media. People call me talented, visionary, unstoppable. But even success has its shadows. Because as I stand in my glass-walled office overlooking the city, a view I once thought belonged only to the people who owned me, I feel something shifting. A stirring. A quiet tremor beneath the life I've built. Not fear. Not regret. Something else. Something I can't yet name. As if the past I buried is stretching its fingers toward me. As if the story I thought ended 6 years ago is preparing to reopen itself. As if two paths, mine and someone else's, are slowly, silently bending toward each other. Maybe it's fate. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it's the universe refusing to let unfinished stories stay unfinished. All I know is this: my life is about to change. And I can feel it. Like a heartbeat beneath the surface of everything I've built. Because some people are meant to meet even when they never planned to. Even when they were never supposed to. Even when they tried their hardest not to. And I think the decision I buried under ambition and noise is rising to the surface again,